Welcome back to our YouTube series. This week, we're going to focus again on the first mechanism in the ACME framework, which we call the process of change, which is here behind me on the flip chart. Now, I want to really spend the next few weeks understanding this mechanism because it is by far the most foundational mechanism of all of the mechanisms in the ACME framework. Remember, ACME stands for Accelerated Change Mechanisms of Excellence. So what we're trying to do here is get you from A to ACME faster and with less effort. That's the game. Now, one of the things you need to understand is that no matter what you're reaching for, every time you reach for something different from where you are, it's a change. And if you want to make that change happen faster and with less effort, then you should take some time to understand what's involved in the process of changing. Now, if you're a coach and you're watching this, you need to get one thing very clear. All coaches, I don't care if you're business coaches, sport coaches, health coaches, relationship coaches, doesn't matter. All coaches are in the process of managing change. Your job is to help your client get from where they are to where they want to be. We call that A to ACME here at greatnessu. So that's your job, is to help your clients, enable your clients to get in touch with their resources. Now, a couple of things to think about. And today I want to focus on one very specific item within the process of change itself, which is the two conditions that must be present for any change to occur. Now, when I say things like that, people say, oh, come on, Gina, not every change is possible. Okay, here's the thing. I truly hold the position that all change is possible, no matter what my clients, when I have a private breakthrough client contact me, no matter what they want to achieve, I hold the possibility that all change is possible. Now, that being said, if the change that you want to make or the client wants to make is something that's ever been done before by anyone, then what we do in NLP is we use a process called modeling, and we model a successful model and we copy it basically. And then we install that in the client, help them get in touch with those resources, and they can produce the change. If it's never been done before, that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means that you are going to have to come up with the sequence itself. So that's a little bit more challenging. However, that aside, I truly believe that all change is possible. And here's why. It's not because I'm a Pollyanna. In fact, if you ask the people who know me, I'm actually really not. It's because there are two conditions that must be met. And I'm going to write them here on the flip chart. So just have a look here. These two conditions must be met. You have to have desire and you have to have willingness. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean, Gina? Well, so desire is obvious. You have to want the change. You can't want it because somebody you love wants it for you. So it can't be, oh, my spouse wants this for me, my mom or dad wants this for me, my friend wants this for me. You have to want to change. And that desire needs to be almost a burning desire. Like you want this more than you want to stay inside your comfort zone. Because remember, as soon as you go outside your comfort zone, by definition, as soon as you go outside your comfort zone, it will be uncomfortable. I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to rain on your parade. Anything outside your comfort zone, by definition, is uncomfortable. So there will be discomfort because you're going from a position of comfort to a new position. So there will be discomfort. So the desire is what gets you the energy to kind of leap out of that comfort zone. And that's what takes you out of here. Desire takes you out of here. But what gets you to the change? What gets you to point C? That I call willingness. Now, this could also be called coachability. So if you're using a coach and they've got techniques and tools for you, this is your willingness to be coachable. But if you're not using a coach and you're just implementing new procedures and new processes in your life, and you're trying to find a new sequence, then you have to have the willingness to give it what it takes. Now, this is extremely important because I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I'll say it to you right now. In fact, let's play a little game. So raise your hand if you've ever made a goal for yourself. You really, really wanted it. You wanted this goal and you fell flat on your face. Come on. We've all been there. Raise your hand. Here's the thing. People will say to me, I gave it everything I had, right? I gave it everything I had. How many of you gave it everything you had? That's not everything you had. It's everything you thought you had based on the model that you're coming from, your comfort zone. But that's not everything you have. There are resources deeper than what you've ever accessed before, waiting to be accessed, waiting to be unlocked, waiting to be unleashed. And until they are needed, you don't even know you have them. So when I say willingness, I don't mean willingness to give it all you have. That's just going to get you the life you already have. I mean willingness to give it what it takes. And what it takes is to get up every time you fall until you get it, no matter what. Churchill said, if you're going through hell, remember, we've nicknamed this part of the process of change, we've nicknamed it hell. And Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. If you're going through hell, keep going. So if you're going through hell, keep going, which means Churchill knew you had to be willing to get up every time you fell. You had to be willing to give it what it takes. Okay, that's not easy. Remember, life is simple. It's not easy. So you got to be willing to give it what it takes. Next week, we will go through each component of the process of change as we discover how to get from A to Acme faster and with less effort. I'll see you next week.